Started at 6 years old at Manchester United in the UK. When I first played for Pakistan, it was the right time to do so. I made over 300 professional games. Mohsin's just come in. I think he's going to develop a new system, highly intelligent guy. I want to say respect Stephen as a coach. I made a mistake, and since then I've tried to rectify that mistake.
So Otis, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Happy to be on the show. Pleasure to be here. I've been looking forward to this podcast since it was first mentioned.
So before we get into Pakistan football and
Yeah.
your career with it, I want you to explain what your career has been so far, your club career, because you're really popular in Pakistan.
Yeah, so I started at 6 years old at Manchester United in the UK,
Okay.
all the way up to 16. And then since then, I turned professional in the UK. After 16, you turn professional. Then I played for a number of teams, Sheffield United, Barnsley, Tranmere, Leyton Orient. Really highly experienced now, played in a lot of teams in the UK. And it's been a journey, but yeah, I've loved every minute of it.
We tend to get the perception that you change a lot of clubs. So is that something that helps you or it doesn't? Like, how does it affect your career?
I think it depends on the decision. I
Okay.
think managers who sign you, if they get sacked and another manager comes in, he might want his own players in. This is how it works in football. Each player is going to have a different career. You know, my journey and my path is a lot different to many others, but it's just part of football. These are the politics of football, and you know, you've just got to go with the flow and try and go where you're liked and you're loved.
So Pakistan football. So how did you first get into it? What was the first time somebody contacted you, to play for the Pakistan
The
football
first
team?
time was when I was at Sheffield United at 18 years old. I first got a contact then to play for the national team. I didn't know too much about it then. It was over 10 years ago. So compared to now, it was probably a lot less developed. So I didn't really think too much of it. But it was a really critical time in my career in the UK. You know, I had to get a lot of experience. I was 18 years old. I had to get a lot of experience before I started looking at playing on the international level. And I think when I first played for Pakistan, it was the right time to do so. I made over 300 professional games, and all my experience I could bring into the national team.
So Pakistan football is like really not messed up. Like there's a lot happening off the field. You know, there is issues with the federation as well.
Yeah.
So is that something that concerned you? Is that something that affected your decision to play for Pakistan?
Not really, no. Everything that I've done in my career is not try and think about the politics too much. I've just focused about playing football and trying to win, whether that be for my club or whether that be for Pakistan. As you can see now with the elections, Mohsin's just come in. I think he's going to develop a new system, highly intelligent guy, got some really good people with him, and hopefully they'll build a great system, which I know they will, and it'll do well for Pakistan Federation.
So you mentioned Mohsin is the new president. So what were the first things that you expected him to do for the betterment of Pakistan football?
I think they've just got to create a system that will be sustainable. You know, they need a football league in Pakistan. As you can see, a lot of the national team players, they don't play all year round, and then they go into professional games. It's very difficult. You need to be playing every weekend, training every day, if we want to compete with them countries that are doing that on a regular basis. So he's got big plans, which I've been told, and very positive plans. And I do believe he's the right man for the job to turn around football in Pakistan.
Okay, we'll see to that.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
But there's a lot of debate on diaspora players in Pakistan, some unnecessary criticism as well. So how do you deal with it?
I think I've dealt with a lot of negative criticism in my career in the UK as well. As you know, football fans are very fickle, the word is. So you just have to get on with it. Like I said, you've got to block out all the noise and just focus on the game. Obviously with diaspora players, I think playing in a good level in the UK, you're training every day, you're playing the matches. So playing for the national team, you're trying to help the national team and push it forward as much as you can. So I think there's a little bit of a difference than training every day and playing at the weekends to not playing all year round and then going into professional games where you need to win. So there's always going to be a debate on it, but I love the mix between diaspora and local players because you've got a lot of talented local players. They just need the opportunity in a football league, and then they'll be playing in the leagues in Europe.
So you mentioned talented local players. Who's the one that has caught your eye?
There's a few. There's Abdullah Shah. You know,
he's been out of the team for a long time.
But he's still a great player from what I've seen. Alamgir Ghazi, you can see now he's gone to Bhutan and he's doing well there. So maybe he can kick on and get to another competitive nation. Hasib plays like this. Mamoon, you've got Adil Yunus, you've got a lot of talented players. But as you know, if you don't get in the proper training and you're not playing games on a regular basis and you're not getting the opportunities, it's going to be very difficult in your career to progress. Because as you know anyway, football is a very short career and it goes like that.
Yeah, you need week in, week out football.
You do, yeah. And that's as you say, the bread and butter of football is playing games, getting match fit. That's where you get your fitness.
So let me just address the elephant in the room.
Yes.
So you have been out of the team for quite a while now.
Yeah.
You're not part of the recent squad too that's going to take on Myanmar in Myanmar.
Yeah.
So
क्या ये वीडियो आपको अच्छी लगी? अभी सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन पे क्लिक करें.
there have been a lot of debate, a lot
Yeah.
of controversy,
Yes.
a lot of rumors about
Yeah.
your relationship with
Yeah.
Stephen Constantine.
Yeah.
So what's your side of the story?
First of all, I want to say respect Stephen as a coach.
Okay.
Respect all the coaching staff in the federation. He gave me the armband to captain Pakistan, which was the greatest moment of my footballing career. It's a proud moment for my family. I will remember it for the rest of my life. The last camp, I think it was the Saudi camp, I made a mistake, and since then I've tried to rectify that mistake. It's unfortunate that I'm not playing for the national team. Hopefully it'll be sorted soon. But I think I've done everything on my part. It's just up to obviously the coaching staff to make a decision on their part. But it's sad. Me playing for the Pakistan national team makes me really happy. It makes me, gives me that feeling inside that I want to push Pakistan forward, and I prefer playing for the national team sometimes than my own career. It gives me some inspiration that I've never had before. So hopefully this decision will get sorted soon.
So have you spoken to Stephen after that incident?
I tried to contact him on multiple occasions.
Okay.
So like I said before, I've done everything on my part.
Okay.
I respect Stephen as a person and as a coach. It's just up to him now. It's his decision. He's the boss. It's up to him to make that decision.
So we really hope that this issue gets fixed.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
So moving on, what are you doing in Karachi right now? Like, it's really hot here.
Yeah. So
I'm sure you like it.
So I've been a couple of days now. I've been really busy. I've been doing some great work at the Grassroots Foundation, Karachi City, with Shazaib and Adil. They've got great projects lined up. They've got a great initiative, especially in Lehari. I went to Lehari the other day, saw their community there.
Yeah.
So
you call it mini Brazil.
Yeah, mini Brazil.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a lot different to Islamabad.
Okay.
It's probably a really tough neighborhood to progress in football.
Yeah.
So to put that Grassroots Foundation there in that area gives amazing opportunity for the young children coming through.
So what do you hope to achieve with this partnership?
Just keep helping the talent in Pakistan.
Okay.
Keep coaching as I've probably mentioned before. I'm a UEFA B licensed coach, and the plan is to keep progressing in coaching, and then when I finish my career, or maybe even before, get on the ground in Pakistan, because I do believe there's a lot of players who are extremely talented. They just need the opportunity and the right coaching, which is getting put in place now with up to the Grassroots Foundation, Islamabad City, Karachi City. But any way I can help, I've got a lot of games in the UK. I've got a lot of experience. I want to pass that knowledge on to the local Pakistan players, and hopefully it can help them in their career.
So I have a lot of questions. And so I asked people on social media for questions for this podcast. So a lot of them came in with good questions.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask a few of them.
I'm looking forward to this.
So do we get to see Otis promoting football in smaller cities of Pakistan?
Yeah, sure. As you can see, I'm on social media page already. Been down to the Grassroots Foundation. Been to Karachi City, going to do some work there.
Okay.
Then I'm flying to Islamabad to be on the ground with some good academies there. So yeah.
So what is your fitness routine?
What was that, sorry?
What is your fitness routine?
My fitness routine?
Yeah.
Well, during the season, I'm training Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, twice a day. Football in the morning, gym in the afternoon.
Okay.
And the only days we get off are Wednesday and Sunday. And during the year, I like to keep fit all year round, just so I'm ready.
How can Pakistani youngsters get into big leagues of Europe, not only as reserves, but as proper professional footballers?
It's funny you say that. I spoke to two people at Legends Arena last night, two teenagers.
Okay.
They've got trials, one in Real Madrid, and I think the other maybe Germany. So I think there's opportunities there to apply for trials and stuff like that. But again, like I said, it's very difficult being a local player if there's no league. When you've got a league, this attracts scouts, this attracts agents from the rest of the world, and this is how you get your move. You just got to keep believing yourself, be as positive as you can, and just keep pushing.
Will you play in Pakistan Premier League if given a chance?
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you have any preference for a club, a city?
My hometown is Faisalabad,
Okay.
but I'm open to discussions with everybody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think Pakistan could benefit from more diaspora players like yourself? If so, who do you think should be called next?
I think we've got a good core of diaspora players. I've always believed if you play a high level, as a diaspora player, then you can certainly help the Pakistan national team. This is what I think.
So we'll wrap this up. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me on.